Alright, so we opened up the starter pack. We were looking through it. We got this tiny little motor, 9 volt, and it came with this little fan thing. So we put that on the motor, and it's got a little zip tie on it. So I literally just bit with my little alligator clip the zip tie to hold it up. But then put the positive on the positive. Okay, let's get a little closer. Put the positive on the positive. Okay, why are you rotating the other way? Okay. Work with me. Negative on negative.
That's kind of not focusing.
Boom. There we go. And then, so it that way it's actually spinning this way, so it's blowing back. So I can just switch the red and the black wire, the positive and the negative, and then it blows the other direction, right? Because electricity, that's how it works.
Well, I can feel that on my leg.
You can? Yeah, it's pretty strong actually. Like for such a tiny little motor, I mean, it's got a 9 volt battery, but like, yeah, so it's actually a pretty strong little motor. This is the tiniest little motor we got. So I bought the starter pack, so I wanted to get into it. I don't have a clue what I'm doing. As you can see, I'm excited about making a motor move with a little fan ending. Yeah, so my idea with this, or like, I was like, man, I want to get into robotics. I was like, well, what's the first thing I want to make? And I was like, well, I want to try to make a robotic arm, like a 6-axis robotic arm. We're going to start off with a small one and kind of go from there. But I knew I would need a bunch of motors to make that happen. So first thing I did is I bought the starter pack that has a bunch of stuff. I bought some extra Unos, and I even bought some open source electronic prototyping platforms, whatever. And this came with one of each of these, and then I just bought like two more of each. But I also bought, what is this? It's an SG 996, MG 996R. I got a 4-pack of these. It was like $16, I think, on Amazon. And then I got some of these high torque ones because, like, man, I think, like, I'm gonna try to build a small one to start, but then I want to build like a big one that's like stronger. So I bought some of these high torque ones. These are like $33 a piece, low key, so like kind of expensive, but hopefully they work well, and hopefully we get a good robot out of it, little robotic arm.
Yeah, probably last a while too because they're like durable.
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah. They're kind of dense. I mean, you can definitely feel a weight difference between the two, and it doesn't look like, physically, it doesn't look much larger, but like it definitely is. Like it's just thicker a little bit, but it's definitely like more dense. But anyways, so yeah, I got 3 of these, and I got 4 of these little motors, and then this little kit came with a step motor. This other step motor, I think there's a step motor. I'm gonna be real with you, I don't know. The other thing said they were all servo motors, and I don't know the difference. I'll learn, but I don't know yet. But yeah, so we got that stuff. Oh yeah, and so for the controller, I was like, well, I know video game controllers, so I got some potentiometers. I got 6 of them. I got a little 6-pack, and I got some little joystick things put on them. So that'll be fun whenever it comes. Still have no idea. So what this rosin does? It's sticky, so maybe it's for like cleaning or something. I'm really not sure. But yeah, we'll figure that out too. But yeah, we made this little motor for it to work. I've got a little adapter so I can like plug this into a 9-volt, right? Just like put it on there, whatever, and whichever direction I want things to move, and plug it in. And then I also got this little cord. It's just a 9-volt little plug-in cord. So I can plug this in, and like this, it's got the power receiver in these little Unos and whatnot. So we're gonna just kind of think around and try to figure some stuff out. I think I made a motor move. That was my first thing, because I know the bottom of the electric arm, I'm gonna have like a plate that's gonna hold one of these Unos, and then I'm gonna have a motor that spins the arm from the base plate around 360. So I knew I would need to make a motor move, so that was the first thing I did. I got a motor and I made it move, and I was actually kind of excited about it, not gonna lie. It's pretty exciting. And this fan, it's pretty cool type. I'm glad it came with this, because after, like, I made it move and I was just like, what the heck? So that was kind of cool. But yeah, now we're going to I kind of want to get an Uno out and just like start programming it and see what happens. I've got my laptop right here. It's covered in stuff. I don't need any of this for the multimeter right now. I know that will come in handy later on, but I don't need it right now, so we can just set it under the desk. And oh yeah, I got this screen thing, or a spring thing. It says, warning, cancer and reproductive harm, but it's just for the state of California because Californians are susceptible to cancer and reproduction issues, I guess. Yeah, I still have no idea what it's for. I took it out and it's not a slinky. It doesn't go back together. I had to like push it back together, and I just like stuck it back in there. And I was like, well, I'll figure that out later. Got a bunch of extra tips for the soldering gun. We're not going to do any of that, at least for right now. So we're going to set all this under the desk. Perfect. As you can see, I greatly need more space. Okay. Cool. And something. The wire, we're gonna leave these out actually, because whenever I'm adding wires to things and moving things around, I might want to. We'll see. Okay. Back there. So got a bunch of motors. A bunch of other stuff. I don't even know how that works. I'm gonna have to Google it. But yeah. So I'm gonna look up some stuff and probably 3D print the base plate for my arm so it can hold the little Uno, and I'll get back. So we'll see. You can pause it. Or stop. Yeah, so this is my 3D design. I don't know why it's not. Well, it's because I'm not looking at the sketch. But yeah, so this is the start of my design for the arm, the base plate. I've got, as you can see, I haven't defined these circles yet. I was in the process of making it, but I wasn't sure how big of the circles, or how big those holes would need to be for like a regular size screw, and I also wasn't sure like what table or whatever I'm going to be bolting this down to. I'm still figuring that out. But this is the start of the design. I made this far more complicated than it needed to be, honestly, but we're just gonna start here. But yeah, so we can, well, I guess let's finish defining these, 0.25. I have everything in inches, by the way, so all these numbers that you see, it's all in inches. So I'm gonna have a 5-inch diameter base. I'm hoping that that's big enough to fit. I mean, I know it'll be big enough to fit the. Okay. You're free to say whatever you want, buddy. You want to introduce yourself? You totally can.
Oh yeah. Okay. I'm in person that exists.
Okay. My nephew. He's a little shy, I guess. He actually knows more about the stuff than I do. We were opening up the starter pack, and he was like telling me what everything was, and I was like, oh, that's cool. I had no idea. Yeah, so I made these holes an 1/8 inch thick. You can't see, it's 0.125. Here you can see over here 0.125 inches. That's low-key probably way too big, but it just looks right for the design, so that's what we're going with, at least to start. I'm gonna 3D print it. I'll probably end up altering that whenever I make the final product, but we're just dinking around right now. So we're gonna feature extrude, and we'll make it like what, probably 0.125, make it an inch thick. That's probably plenty thick for the base. See, it doesn't like something. Oh, I know what it doesn't like. Okay. We'll back out of this. Sorry, that was my bad. My bad. See these little lines right here? It doesn't like that I'm they're not connected. So I just need to trim these lines. Alright. Now we should be chilling. We should be good. Check. Now let's go to features, extrude. Alright, 1.12 or 1.25. So we're at an 1/8 thick. I think that's plenty for the base plate. 1/8 inch. Maybe we'll go 1/4 inch. We'll go a full 1/4 inch. This is gonna be heavy duty. We're gonna be going big dog style right here. Boom! Look at that. That's a thick chunk
Is that
of
like
plastic.
actually how big it looks in real life?
No.
Okay.
This is artificial right now. Although that's probably pretty close. Like honestly, right there, that's probably pretty close to like real life size. Because I mean, this just that circle is 5 inches in diameter, and this screen, I don't know, maybe that's more realistic right there. I'm trying to think, 5 inches. Anyways, but yeah, so there's the base, and then we're gonna start another sketch. No, we're just gonna make a circle, starting at the origin, right there. And then we're make another one. That's good. Okay, so this one is 5 inches, perfect. This one we're gonna make 4.5 enter. Oh, what?
0.5.
That was supposed to be 4.5. What happened? 4.5. There we go. So that's a 1/2 inch in diameter. And these Arduino things, I think these Unos, I looked it up before. I think they're like 2. I'll have to look up the dimensions. I think they're like 2 3/4 inches by like 1 1/4, something like that. I don't remember. Robert, can you pause it?